mid-level education will stand on a positive note by saying that this is something that the requirements of architectural education in Nigeria make very clear. That it is expected that all schools of architecture have a good distribution, bring different things to the table, ensure that our students learn in the best possible way. Next slide, please. One thing that is very certain is that architectural education will look very different today than it did 200 years ago or over 100 years ago. Our studios before used to be very manual, very analog. I'm sure if I'm to ask half of the students here if they have ever seen the old-fashioned drafting machine with the wire-driven T-square, Z-square that rolls around the drawing board, some people will think we are talking about magic. But the drawing studios of now do not look like that. Some of the pictures that are shown in the slide there show the architect almost lying on the drawing board to draw and reach the top corners of his A0 sheets. Nowadays, we have all sorts of drafting tools, mechanical tools, electrical tools, digital tools to help us bring the design studio to where we are still very manual in a lot of levels. The influence of the learning process, we need to create independent, student-centered learning spaces so that students learn how to conceptualize. That's the only way we are going to run away from the challenges of AI. We are all worried about where we are going to be in the future with the robots and the taking over the world saga. Some of us have been watching Terminator movies since we were in primary school. We saw what happens when robots go crazy, and we don't want them to get to that point. So we have to stay one step ahead of them and make sure that we keep our attraction to technology within a manageable zone. But technology is here, and we must embrace it because it is going to help us get through a lot of our automated tasks of drafting and drawing and presenting. Next slide, please. I wish, once again, this is another picture that I wish would have come out clearly, but I've shared this with some of my students in class. I consider myself a bit of a meme queen. So these are pictures I've gotten off the internet. And you can see the first picture on the left, we have a helicopter pilot and a cameraman trying to capture images of where the picture was taken from was a forest fire in Los Angeles. And you can see the cameraman hovering out of the camera in 2009. Fast forward to 2019, and we have a drone that can do the exact same thing. And that picture is captioned, in the last 10 years, both the cameraman and the pilot have just lost their jobs. Upgrade yourself. The picture on the right, which I wish to had also been a little bit clearer, shows engineers and they're holding a site plan, trying to set out on site. And if the picture had been clearer, you will see that the drawing of the house there is nothing technical. It looks like this primary school drawing of a house to show you that the drawing is not complete. And that picture is captured engineering students who studied online in 2020. So what we have is a balance where we have to learn to understand our traditions, hard skills. We have to learn to think, we have to learn to innovate, we have to learn to solve problems, and we have to learn how to present these solutions to our clients in a way that they will make sense and they will be affordable. But at the same time, we need to embrace the technologies that are out there to make our work seamless, effective, and make an impact in the present-day societies we are going to find ourselves. We are not working to practice in the past. We have a legacy of architectural training and a legacy of architectural practice, but at the same time, we are forward-looking and thinking of how to impact the future as we go ahead in this architectural journey. Next slide just has a few references, and thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Prof. We just had a very important presentation, and this topic is very sensitive to us. In fact, this topic is very close to us because it's talking about architectural education, and we are in a university where we learn architecture. And architecture has come a long way. Even since before the Bauhaus, there were architects And there were different methods of teaching, and just very, not too far away. I remember when we were students, we were analog. We'll be in the studio 24 hours. Some of us have developed hunchbacks because at that time, we are doing manual, all our drawings are manual. I hope, Stephen, Architect Stephen, I hope you are not going far because you will be the next person to present. So, I would like you to, okay, since the next speaker is not around, I will allow questions. I will allow questions on this, the last, Architect Alu, is he going? Okay. Okay, so you're back. I was saying I would like questions on